Hello, today's art lesson is how to make a modular sculpture. A modular sculpture is a sculpture made from geometric shapes like circle, square, rectangle, triangle. And what you're going to need to have is either like a heavy paper like a cardstock, or if you have some boxes, not cardboard boxes. They're very hard to cut with scissors, but boxes that things come in that you might throw away in the recycle bin. Things like here's a box that I emptied this week that had light bulbs in it. Well, I could cut definitely either a circle or a square. The sides could be my rectangles. I have, you can tell where I've been eating. Kentucky Fried Chicken box here. Look at that rectangle there. And underneath the flaps, you'll see a triangle. They're already there for you. Just cut along the edges. Once you've cut out your shapes, and you'll need, if you want to make a big sculpture, you'll need at least 4 shapes with probably 3 of each shape. So here's our math question for today. If we have 4 shapes and we need 3 of each shapes, how many do we need in all? I heard 12. Very good. You can do 12 or you can do more depending on how large you want to make your sculpture. So once you've cut your shapes out, now I've cut out this circle. Obviously, I cut it out from a pizza box that frozen pizza came in. I cut 3 of them. I put a small bowl that I had down and traced around it, and then cut 3 of these out from my pizza box. Here's one I made from McDonald's French fries. You can tell where Miss Smite's been eating lately. Just opened up the French fry box and cut a rectangle shape out of it. The neat part about this one is it has a pattern on the back. Pretty cool. These do not, but that's okay. Once you've cut all your shapes out with your scissors, then we're ready to put what we call some notches in them. Now, notches are little slits so that we can put them together. What we need to do is take, and you can draw this out first or you can just start cutting. We'll need at least like either 1 notch in each side or 1 notch in each corner. And what I mean by notch is just a little thin rectangle cut out of our shape. So I'm going to come up here and go up about, between 1/3 and 1/4. Hear that math again. Haven't I always told you that art and math really do go together? We're going to go up between 1/3 and 1/4 of the way up the length. Cut over just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to cut right next to that line, as close as I can get it. And hopefully, if I did right, I should have a little sliver. Come on. Oh, didn't cut it far enough. A little sliver that should, drop out. Now, do you see how thin a shape I cut out? There's the little piece. You don't want to cut them out very wide at all. You want to cut them out very, very thin. And you're going to put one, like I said, in either each side or 1 in each corner. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be exactly the same size. Just do your best, but keep them very thin. We just want to be able to hook other pieces into each other using this method. And you're going to do this to each one of your shapes. There, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 little thin slits. Now circles, you can put 4 or you can put 6. You can put one top, bottom, left, and right. Or you can put 3 on each side. It's really up to you. I'm just going to, for the sake of doing this quickly, I'm just going to put 4. There's 1. I'm going to go straight across from it. Remember, I only cut about a third of the way up, no more than a third, between a third and a fourth of the way up the length of the piece. And I'm trying to make it as skinny as I can, but leave a little space for the next shape to fit into. Oh, that one's being a pill. Go away. There we go. Now once you've completed this on all your shapes, you get to go back and start making your sculpture. You just start sliding them together where they have their slits. Now, again, you can see where Miss Smite's been eating out. Here's from a Chick-fil-A box. I can slide it just right up there. Here's a Coke. I can continue adding my shapes, one slit into the other slit, and you're making your sculpture. If you don't like what you've done, you can take it back apart and try something else. That's the fun of doing this, because there is no right or wrong. You just keep adding your shapes where you want them. You can even bend them over to make them work how you want them. And just keep adding as you go. Now your shapes don't have to all be the same size. You can have little ones, or you can have bigger ones. And you can go in any direction that you wish. Just keep adding, moving them around, deciding where do I want this next one to go, and work from there. Do you need to make it wider? Do you need to make it taller? How do you want to do this? It can grow much taller, it can grow wider, it can grow fatter. So, you can do this with your cardboard, not cardboard, but with your boxes that you've found around the house. Get permission first if there's still something in it. Or you can use cardstock, which is just a stiffer piece of printer paper. If your mother or your grandmother or an aunt or somebody close does scrapbooking, a lot of the papers they use are cardstock. So you can take that and cut it into your shapes and use crayons, markers, or colored pencils and decorate them and do the same thing. Just start piecing them together and creating whatever shapes and size you want it to be. Okay? Have fun doing this. You're working with your shapes. You're working with your scissors. We can always use those scissor skills. And have fun creating. If you really like what you've done and you want to keep it that way, you can put a little drop of glue, like your Elmer's glue, the liquid glue, along the slit areas where the pieces meet. Put a little drop of glue there, and that will hold it in place until it dries, and then you have a more permanent type of sculpture. Otherwise, you can take it apart. You can have a race to see who makes the tallest the quickest. But I would do at least 12 pieces to give you a variety of shapes and sizes to work with. I hope you enjoy this lesson and have fun with it. Be creative. Y'all stay safe. I miss working with you in the classroom. Take care. Have a great time. Bye.